This is Shelley Craft and welcome to SNN Live. We're at the Cambridge House Resource Conference in Vancouver. This is the 2012 version. I'm here with Marty McFarlane of Flinders Resources, FDR, like Franklin D. Roosevelt, on the TSX Venture Exchange. Welcome to SNN Live, Marty.
Thanks, Shelley.
It's good to have you.
And great to be here.
Now, let's get right into the Flinders story.
Flinders is a graphite company. We own a graphite mine in Sweden, and I say mine because most graphite companies have only resources and deposits in the ground. So ours is a mine, and it is going to be in production within 2 years.
I am in love with graphite because graphite gives you graphene. Tell me why graphene is so important in today's world.
Graphene is one of the new applications for graphite. There are a number of traditional uses, but there are also, excitingly, new growth areas for graphite.
And what is graphene and some of the other uses of graphite some investors would like to know?
Let's start with the traditional uses. Steel, batteries, pencils, obviously, and paint. Also for in brakes and many other things, tennis rackets, bikes. But graphene and also mobile electronics, your notebook, your mobile phone, all have batteries in them which have a lot of graphite in them. They're called lithium batteries, but they have 10 times as much graphite. And that's the real growth area for the graphite story.
Now explain what graphite is. Tungsten is the hardest and the highest strength, and it's got a high melting point. What's the special properties of graphite and graphene?
Yeah, sure. Graphite is a form of carbon. So diamonds are another form of carbon that we all know and love to have, especially if we're women. But graphite is a dark, powdery substance. It has great properties, very, very heat resistive to more than 3,000 degrees, so you can tip most molten metals in it and it holds it without burning. It also resists chemical attack. It's a great electrical conductor, and that's why it gets used in batteries.
And it's as lightweight as plastic.
Well, it goes into plastic, and yes, it is very, very lightweight. So it's strong too. Like it's your golf clubs, the graphite shafts, and also tennis rackets, bike frames. They're all made of lightweight graphite. It's very strong.
I think it's really about time that countries outside of China are attacking the graphite world, because they've got a hold of the rare earth elements. We can't allow that to happen. I say we, North America, industrial world, right? I mean, we have to have our own supply.
Correct. China dominates supply of graphite, more than 70%. And like rare earths, they've suddenly woken up to the fact that they need a lot of it as well. So they're starting to restrict the export of graphite. And that's caused a lot of concern amongst our customers. And so therefore they're looking for alternate sources of supply. And Flinders is one of those.
So now Flinders is located, tell me exactly where?
Sweden. So the graphite mine is in Sweden. We're one of 2 potential graphite producers in Europe. And Europe is a substantial market for graphite.
I bet. Now, I've been to Sweden, and it's hard to imagine how beautiful that country is, and that it also has all of these resources. How come it seems like it's been undiscovered?
Well, not a lot of people know Sweden as a mining destination, but the reality is it's had a century-long mining history, mainly in iron ore and base metals. And so there's all the qualified people you need to operate a mine. They understand licensing. It's got infrastructure, roads, power, water. It's a first-class place to mine.
So in other words, they've been bringing the mining resources down the mountain in Volvos and Saabs, and we just didn't know about it.
That's right. It's you think of Sweden, you think of Bjorn Borg, you think of ABBA, you think of IKEA. You don't think of mining.
I love ABBA for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get a website.
FlindersResources.com.
That's FLINDERS resources.com. Ladies and gentlemen, Marty McFarlane, FDR on the TSX Venture. Thanks so much for coming on.
Shelley, thanks for the time.
Pleasure to have you.